Welcome to the Hot Mess Roundtable. We are episode 6.
Woo!
Yeah, exciting. I am Amanda, and I am a hot mess this week because we are recovering from a couple weekends that have been really busy. Trip to Little Rock to see Cody Johnson, which was amazing. And then last weekend, we went out and had a really good time with our friends, and it was good. So, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to not having anything planned for a little bit. But, yeah, it was a good time.
It's
both
good
weekends.
to be busy, but it's always good to get through your busy time.
Yes, it is.
I'm Lauren, and I'm a hot mess this weekend because we had drill, and then we had like everybody's birthdays in my family or in February. So it's just a busy month. It's a busy month for us. So I was so excited to get through the holidays and the slow season, and I'm waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, it hasn't
still.
slowed down yet.
Yeah.
It never happened.
It has not slowed down. Although I have always been a firm believer, especially in the office, everybody takes December off, right? So people are out for several weeks in December.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you're there, you're kind of half working, right? It's just like half speed. It really is in December. And I've always said January 2nd, everybody shows up to work.
Ready to go.
They're
raring to go. They're recharged. They're
and
going.
It's whatever project they put off all December,
Yeah.
all of a sudden they're feeling the pressure to get done.
Yep.
Right.
And I've always been in one of those roles where I'm supporting them. And so they're like, we got to get this done now. And you're like, okay. But it's that times 15 different projects.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a busy time.
It is.
My name's Jordan, and I'm a hot mess this week because I've been procrastinating redoing my spare bedroom. Do you guys procrastinate on home improvement projects?
Daily.
We haven't had stair railing for 6 months.
Okay, wait, the spokes just don't attach to something, or there's no railing at all?
We took the banister and the spindles or whatever down.
Okay, so there's just nothing there at all.
So it's just
There's
stairs?
a banister and a couple spindles.
So children can just fall to their death.
Shit, yeah. Yeah, if they wanted to.
If they wanted to. It's their choice.
It's up to them.
Well, we had saved up and did a significant remodel of our upstairs area. And this was a year ago now, or close to. I mean, it feels like it was a year ago and maybe a little less. But we redid, we took out all the carpeting upstairs and put down laminate flooring so that we'd have a hard floor surface. And I love it. It's beautiful. I'm so happy we did it. At the time, for whatever reason, we did not have them we had this, all these built-in cabinets that they took out of our guest bedroom upstairs. We did not have them put in new trim to replace that for whatever reason, because I don't know, we're morons and we just didn't do it. So now we've had for close to a year, this trim we bought just laying on the floor next to the wall that just seems to be stapled on and stained, obviously. And then the walls, when they took the cabinets out that were built in, there was this hideous 1970s seafoam green color behind the cabinets. So it's just been living there and just in blotches where the cabinets were. So it's just sad. Also, the people that lived in our house before us did a lot with hot glue on the walls. And I don't know how they got anything to stick to the walls, but I kid you not, hot glue all over the walls.
Hot glue doesn't go on walls.
No, it should not.
No. That'll tear everything off when you try to get it off.
Very
I know.
confusing.
Well, it actually pops right off with a scraper, but it is there.
Oh my God.
And so I need to go in there and just scrape the walls down and sand everything down and paint the room. And it really wouldn't be that hard, but I've just been procrastinating for a year and I'm starting to feel it. So I purchased a mattress for the bed in there and all the bedding. And so that came in this week. And I still haven't prepped that room or painted it. So
I was going to say, so you've got motivation there. Now you've got that, but no motivation.
I've not gotten it done.
Guest room?
Guest room. Maybe someday might be a nursery. We can
Right.
get into my sad infertility story another podcast. But yeah, I mean, for now, it's just a guest room.
Well, I guess that was kind of, I wasn't sure if you knew even what you wanted it to look like.
Well, I know that I'm not getting pregnant, and it's weird to just have this room with a seafoam green
Right.
walls. And so
Might as well do something with it.
Yeah, we're just going to turn it into a guest bedroom and live our lives.
And
get
if
rid
and
of
when
the
baby
sleepover.
makes appearance, then you can change it.
Yeah, and I also think that if a baby does make an appearance or a child of some sort ever entered our lives, like, I don't think we'd get rid of that bed because it's a big room up there, and there's plenty of room to leave that queen size bed and have like
A crib.
or whatever we wanted. And I think that would make just life easier.
Babies do not require very much furniture.
No.
Yeah, well, and I just think it would make it easier than us trying to, like it would just be easier to have a bed in there. And so, because, then like my mom could come use that bed and take care of the baby.
Your parents have already made it very clear that if and when you get pregnant, they will be living here or the baby will be living with them.
That's right. They want the baby. I think my dad said like 3 nights a week. Like, I have something ridiculous that's not going to happen.
He's welcome to any of mine. That often.
They're kind of baby crazy. They'd probably take you up on it. They would love to hold Goldie K.
Okay, well, they can have her.
All right. What are we drinking this week, Lauren?
We are drinking a dirty Dr. Pepper,
Ooh.
which I found on Facebook and I kind of modified. It wasn't really a recipe, but it just looked yummy. I think it's like 2 ounces-ish of Captain Morgan's and an ounce of grenadine, and then topped off with Dr. Pepper and a couple of maraschino cherries.
It's very good.
It is delicious. I was worried I was not going to love this. Although, I mean, Captain Morgan's hard not to love in anything.
It hides really well.
Yeah.
It does. But it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Kind
It's
of
very
tastes
good.
like a cherry Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. And it helps that we have these adorable cups.
Yes, we'll post a picture. My sweet friend Robin, she got a Cricut and decided to make us some cups to drink out
They're
of while
amazing.
we're
I love
podcasting,
them.
and they're super cute.
Robin, these are beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
I
much.
love them. They might have to be like our new, we might have to use these every week.
Yeah.
I think we should.
Yeah.
For sure.
I love them.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Robin.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, guys. This week, we are talking all about social connections and really how do we make friends as an adult.
We don't. My answer.
I asked my dad Sunday, okay, this is what my podcast topic's about. And he just immediately looked at me and goes, why would you want to? I am so much like my dad. It's not even funny. We're both big introverts. And you may not necessarily know that just looking at us. And people always tell me oh, Jordan, you're not an introvert. Somebody told you wrong. No, trust me. I am an introvert. I don't like going out there in the real world and talking to the humans. In fact, I host a lot of happy hours at my house because I would much rather my close circle of friends come to me than me have to go out and risk speaking to someone I don't know or don't want to talk to.
Or running into somebody that you're just like, ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
or running into someone. Or worse, going out with work friends and running into someone that you don't know that well from your same work and then they join the party.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hard pass.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So it's much safer to host happy hours at my house.
Right.
So I am. I'm a total introvert. What about you guys?
We have a small circle. We keep it small. We keep it close. It's just kind of how we've always been. We still have friends that we went to high school with that we talk to.
Oh, that's good.
I still my best friend Misty lives in San Diego and we still talk, and Cliff's got a couple really good friends that he talks, and I mean, we've lived here since 1999 when we moved to Missouri, and literally half of them were like, you guys aren't going to last a year, and here we are almost 25 years later, we're still here. And there's just a few that we talk to, and then the friends that we've made while we've lived here is very limited. And it's just, I like it better that way. You know, you don't have as much, you don't have the drama.
I feel like I have a really good connection with Nixa Theater.
Mm-hmm.
So I graduated in 2005, which I did have a minor breakdown the other day when I realized holy shit, my 20-year reunion is going to be next year. And
Girlfriend, my 30 is this year. So yeah.
old. We're all so old.
I
Is your
know.
picture still on the wall at the high school?
I don't think it ever
I
was
think
on the
mine
wall.
is Matt was a firefighter in Ozark, and not that long ago sent me a picture of mine on the
It's
wall.
crazy to go walk in there and I see like people that I work with. You know, I'm like, oh my God, they were there. And then to walk down a little bit farther and see my girls on
I
the
have
wall.
no idea what you're talking about. Pictures on the wall.
Oh my God, Jordan, they have all of the pictures in the commons
Yeah.
at Nixa High School.
They do nose art.
They
Oh,
have
shit.
all
Probably
of the
there.
pictures with your gown on
Huh.
in your classes.
Oh,
Oh, next time
mine's just like my senior picture.
No, it's like they've got, it's just the, the normal gown. But they're in their gown. And
Okay.
there's like poster size. I mean, your picture's only about this big, but it's a poster. It's
That
the
was
entire
helpful on
class.
a podcast.
A couple inches.
A couple
is what
inches.
Amanda described with her
it's
fingers.
a very small
Okay.
picture. It's not like, like I say, poster size.
Someone who goes to the Nixa High School will have to tell me if my picture's in there. So here's
Class of
how big of an
2005 will
introvert
look,
I
yeah.
am. So I was a total theater nerd and I did journalism. Those were my two things in high school. I absolutely did not go anywhere in that high school that was not the journalism classroom or the theater.
And that's all changed now.
I know my theater's gone. I'm heartbroken
The
about it.
theater that has been built is
It's beautiful.
Flat
The Atos
amazing.
Center is gorgeous.
Center,
if you guys have not been to a show at Atos, then you absolutely should. They host some
they've had
big
some big names.
names.
Priscilla Presley was there. A couple
yeah,
weeks
go
ago.
look at their website. Like they've got some big names touring through
Yeah.
there. Yes, like go see a show at Atos. Also, if you like live shows, Nixa Theater, like I know I'm biased. I know I'm biased. I have a good friend that teaches out there. Like I know. But they have such a good program and
Well,
you
I'm
should go see
biased
their
with you too
musicals.
because my kids have all gone there. So
Go see the
it's
Nixa High
good.
School musicals.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
They
Go
are-
look at their website.
they
for
are
the
really
dates.
good.
We saw Wizard of Oz there just a couple weeks
Mm-hmm.
ago. Well, I guess it was a while back now, but it was amazing. I love it. I love
Yeah,
Nixa Theater. But anyway, long story. That was like a huge rabbit
We
trail.
went around.
But what I love about Nixa Theater is even though I haven't seen some of those people literally in 20 years, I can run into them in a store or something, or we're reviving Nixa Community Theater, so I've reconnected with some of them. It's like no time has passed.
That's awesome.
Yes, because it's such a good,
Those are the best types of friendships.
Yes.
yeah, and there's so many of them. I mean, it's a big group too.
Mm-hmm.
So Nixa Theater has definitely, I mean, it's like a true club, and it's like a friendship that you make for life.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that, and I love those kinds of friendships where
Those are your true friendships. Is
Yep.
when you've been apart for so long, and then you get back together, and it's literally no time has passed. You're just still like picked up like you did 10, 15 years ago.
yes,
I think there's also something to be said about the novelty of being a theater kid. Like, like you're
because we're cool. I mean, come
well,
on.
I mean, so I'm thinking of being like going to gifted kids summer camp. Like how dorky is that? But I went to summer camp for 7 years, and those people and I would probably not have been friends at like our normal school, but there's still people that I interact with on Facebook and like genuinely care about their lives because we were
Yeah.
like all these dorks together that that went to like this obscure summer camp that like not that many people went to, and from all over, the not even just Missouri, but I don't know. When you have like a commonality with people that's like
Oh, yeah.
obscure like that, it's I don't know. You just connect with them, and it's like a lifelong.
Oh yeah,
thing.
and the Facebook friendship is real too. Like,
Well, it is.
yeah, I feel like I have a lot of friends from high school that I may not have even been all that close with in high school, but I'm like emotionally invested in their life.
Right?
Absolutely.
I love to see when they post pictures
Yes.
of their kiddos or whatever they've going on or their vacations, and yeah, and I feel like that's enough for me.
But there's people that I like wasn't
enough.
really good friends with in Facebook or like in high school that now I feel like I'm more friends with on Facebook.
Yeah.
And like, isn't that's kind of weird?
Yeah.
But like people that maybe I didn't hang out with in high school, but like our lives are fairly similar now, and so I
Yeah.
feel like we've become like closer through social media. I don't know. It's weird.
Although you are an extrovert, Lauren. Like
I don't
you-
think I am.
I feel like you are. Like
Do
you have
you?
so many more friends. Like, and I feel like you are always like, oh, my friend so and so, and I'm like, I've never even heard of that person. You have so many friends, which is great.
That's funny that you say that because I feel like I have a very small group of friends, and I feel like I have my friends, and then we grow apart. Like we are no longer in the same life cycles. I don't know
Yeah.
how else to describe
It
that. Like the
happens,
same
yeah.
circles, and we just grow apart, and then it's like, not that I'm not interested in them anymore, but it's like you kind of move on.
You reach different stages in your life.
Right.
And some people are doing other things, and
Yeah.
like I have friends that I went to high school with that are becoming grandparents. I mean that that is so crazy to me.
That is crazy.
Like I'm so happy for them because it's like, wow, that's the next stage.
But you don't feel like you're
Hell no, I am not there.
Not yet, Cameron.
No,
Not yet.
Cameron. No. No. So, but I mean, it's neat to see that part of your friendship, and like I said, our 30-year high school reunion is this year, which I just.
Are you going to go?
I don't know. I haven't. I will say, and everyone that went to school with me knows our class was like the slacker class. Like we did not do a whole lot of shit. Like our homecoming float, our senior year was really sad, and it was just we all like get together. They talk and we do this and stuff. But since I'm so far away, it's so hard. I don't do a whole lot of that. But I think if they do something, I might try to do that because we are going to do a little bit more traveling this year. So.
I don't know if I'll go to mine next year.
And yours is here.
It is here.
I probably wouldn't either, Jordan.
Here's the thing. If I were you, I would also not face those people.
That's so bad for me to say that. But I honestly probably wouldn't.
I didn't go to my 10-year.
I haven't been to a single one.
Yeah.
So here's the thing is my theater group, there were a lot of people in the class ahead of me and a lot of people in the class below me.
Mm-hmm.
There were only like 4 or 5 of us in my class that were like, we were just like a small outlier. And same thing in journalism.
Mm-hmm.
There just weren't that many people. And I wasn't as involved in journalism as I was in theater. Like I was definitely a theater kid. And so there's just not that many people in my class. And I feel like the ones that I wanted to stay connected with, I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that I'm all that interested in going back and seeing what those other 200 people have been up to.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's why we're on Facebook with them.
I did not peak in high school. Like I've grown and lived a whole life and, I'm doing good. I don't know that I need that.
Yeah.
I definitely peaked in high school.
No, you
Just
didn't.
kidding.
But change my mind. Somebody out there, tell me in the Facebook group why it's important to go to my high school reunion. I have a whole year to decide. But you should go. I mean, 30 years. You got to go back to California for it.
Yeah, we have to go back to California for it. So
It's quite the trip.
it is. It is a big trip. So I don't know. We'll have to think about it. Now Cliff's 35 will be in 3 years. So
Do they have one every 5 years?
Sometimes they do. It just kind of depends on,
Yeah.
And it's so funny because the little town that we grew up in, I say little town, it's huge now. I went back 6 years ago and didn't even freaking recognize it. But it's like they usually have our reunions like at a bar or something because it's just like everybody's just moved away.
Yeah.
So there's just not many that are still in Lakeside. And so I don't know. It'll be something that I would really think about because, 30 years, good God.
They're going to start dying, Amanda.
Jordan.
They sound that old. I'm so old now. God dang. Oh.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, you are. Absolutely.
Are you going to go to yours?
I don't know. I did not go to my tenure. I would say that we had like a really robust class. I feel like we had a class that, like, looking back, I was not popular, but I feel like everyone just kind of like got along with everybody. Like,
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big class of students, but I think we were like 250, somewhere around there. But I mean, overall, I just feel like I kind of got along with everybody. And maybe I'm remembering that wrong, so someone's gonna.
Well, I feel the
listen
same
to
way.
This that I was friends with in high school, but my friends and I were like kind of weird. Like we were kind of like we were kind of got along with everybody, but we were like kind of the funny people that. Like I don't know, we were like pranksters and like the teacher.
Really?
Yeah. So like I remember botany class, we would like write like funny sayings on like the little sticks that we put in the plants. Like
there was
the
a botany class in Ozark. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. We had a greenhouse. We had like a greenhouse sale. It was a whole.
Well, that's pretty freaking cool. Although there could have been all of that at Nixa, and I would not have known because I was
Yeah.
only in the theater.
Well, it counted as a science credit.
I'm sure all those other people were also very nice. I just didn't talk to them because I was busy in the theater.
Yeah.
Oh, but by senior year, I was taking like all art classes because I went
That was me.
at fine arts college my freshman year, and so yeah, same thing. It was like independent art, independent art, independent.
I was all theater, teacher's aid class or like whatever,
Right.
you know.
Right, the whatever could.
Okay, I do have to tell you my science story. So my mom was a school nurse at Nixa.
Uh-huh.
And so you guys know I'm a vegetarian and a big animal lover. And I took human anatomy. My mom was really concerned when I was in high school that I was not going to take any AP classes because she was like, you have to get all these credits in before you go and like do this scary theater life.
But
right.
you don't need AP credits to go to Webster.
You
like,
don't.
for
But I would
theater.
say looking back on it, thank God she did all of that because those credits all ended up transferring. So I took a ton of AP credits actually in high school and I enjoyed the classes. But one of them was human anatomy.
No.
And I don't really even remember it being a discussion on if we could or not. It was more like, you're going to take this because then you're going to graduate and need these science credits.
You probably thought you were going to be a nurse one day, even though you.
I know. I'm
Said you
not,
weren't.
though. I'm not, Mom. She knows. She knows better. But so I took this human anatomy class, and in the class, they dissected frogs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which, by the way, in a human anatomy
Wait,
class,
no. We did that in
We did that in
7th
biology.
grade life science.
I know this was human. I promise you this was human anatomy.
When you were like a senior?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. And I remember because I very specifically was like, hell no.
They
Not
smell
doing
like
that.
formaldehyde.
Well, I just wasn't going to do it. And my science teacher was like, well, the frog's already dead. And I was like, nope, not doing that. So I went to somehow, I'm sure this was like a perk of being the school nurse's daughter. I still don't know how this happened, but somehow I was able to opt out. And I did not go to class during that because I was not going to sit there and watch everybody else cut open these dead frogs.
Oh my God.
So I went to my mom's office during that hour every day for like 2 solid weeks or something. And I ended up writing a paper or something, which like I'm a writer. Like I can write anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's so much easier for me than science and math anyway. And so,
Like cutting up an innocent frog.
yeah, so I think I spent like one of those class periods or maybe 2 writing this paper. And then the rest of those 2 weeks, I just like hung out with my mom because I was not going to go. I'm going to have to ask her if she remembers that. She'll tell me after she
I
listens to
feel
this
I can
episode.
just picture this happening.
I was just
this
like,
is very
no,
classic Jordan.
this is not happening.
Did they not offer forensics when you were in school?
no.
Not in the drama program.
Well, not in the drama program, but as a science.
I have no idea.
Well, the reason I asked that
Probably.
is both girls took forensics and they loved it.
Well, we did not
Sounds
have
cool.
forensics.
I don't
Yeah.
feel like I ever heard
Hence
that.
botany.
Oh, yeah,
Like, yes,
but-
I will
yeah.
definitely grow some plants
What
instead
kind
of
of plants
taking.
were you growing? Lauren?
Right. Good question.
Never know.
No comment. But I did not have to take biology
Yeah.
or like any. My brother that is now a pharmacist at Mercy, he definitely passed out during AP
Oh, no.
human anatomy. Yeah, he doesn't do blood, and he doesn't do.
That's why he's a pharmacist.
Well, I think he had to dissect a cadaver in college.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
In the human
Yeah.
anatomy classes in college, yeah, you have
But yeah, he definitely.
I'm
Passed
telling
out.
you right now, I could dissect a human cadaver
Before
I
an
could a
animal?
frog. Yeah, or
Oh
any other.
hell no!
Well, like, so the science teacher was trying to tell me, he was a good friend of my mom's too. So he was like, well, Jordan, it could be a dead cat. And I was like, oh,
That's
hell
not going to
no.
make it any better, dude. Thanks.
And I kind of want to say, my mom told me a traumatizing story. She'll have to fact check me on this. But I think she had to dissect a cat in college for one of her nursing classes. or something.
Probably.
But she did it like from home or something. Like she
What?
brought
What?
the cat home and put it in the
Oh
fridge.
my God.
I don't
It was
know.
her own personal cat.
Run, Mayhem.
They did. Run, mayhem. That's my cat. No, there was a cat named Isaac that my siblings definitely tortured. But I know this was something different.
dissect it,
No, no. This like I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask her. This is gonna be my like homework, and I will come back.
Oh, and she will. Yes. KK
She'll set me
will,
straight. She's
she
gonna be
will.
like, I can't believe you said that on the podcast, and I'm gonna be like, Oh, well, how did it happen? I'm going to tell you because I swear this happened. I swear she like put the cat in the refrigerator or something.
Oh, I can't wait to talk to your mom.
She's going to be so mad at me. I don't ever remember seeing the cat. This would have been when I was like way too young or not even born yet. Probably not even born yet because I think, yeah, she definitely went to nursing school before I was even born. So I wouldn't have known it. But I swear I remember the story. I swear she's told that story before.
Did you dissect earthworms?
No,
You don't remember this? I feel like
we did earthworms.
We are the same age, Jordan. I don't know what they were doing at Nixa, but in
I
Ozark
just
we
did not
dissected
participate in these
earthworms
things.
and frogs. No, this was like in mandatory like life science or something in 7th grade.
Well, it wouldn't have been mandatory for me because I wasn't going to do it.
I can still smell the formaldehyde.
I do remember like in 5th grade maybe or 7th grade at some point we dissected whatever those gross hairball things are that the owl
an owl pellet.
Yeah, I
the
did
kids did
dissect
those
one of
You
too.
just pull the bones out like, from the mice and
It's just an
rodents
owl
that they eat.
hairball.
Yeah, so I did dissect one of those because I figured
That kinda
like
grosses
this was
me out
like
worse than an animal.
I know,
I
it's
think.
like
well the thing about
regurgitated.
that though is like it's natural and like the owl has to eat. And
Well,
so,
it's
like,
not
I
like they
felt
killed
better
the
about
animal though just to dissect it.
Yeah, they did.
that. Oh, Amanda.
Lauren, stop! I'm just trying to make it sound better.
Of course they did.
The frogs, they're grown for the sheer purpose of dissecting.
Probably so are the cats.
And the earthworms. For the
And I think
earthworms.
that happens with pigs too. Like I think there's a lot.
Yes,
of them.
because we did a fetal pig when I was in
Oh,
high
a
school.
fetal pig, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't
I don't
handle it.
think I had to do that.
We did a fetal pig and a nurse shark.
Yep.
Being in
I
San
feel like
Diego, we did
Like a
nurse
shark?
I
Like
a shark sounds familiar.
baby shark.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just, you see the expression just changed. Yeah, we did one.
And so this is why I did botany. To answer your question, this is
This is
why
why you did botany.
I did botany.
Why I sat in my mom's office. And did a paper. I think it was like a long paper too. I think it was like 10 pages. That'll teach you high school students.
You're
And I was
like, yes, thank
done.
you.
Yeah. In my sleep.
Communications major. Knocked it out. Okay, well, we're going to move on because I am thoroughly disgusted.
Yep, now that we just, ruined all that.
So I think we've established that Jordan is an introvert.
Yes,
They
she
think
is.
I'm an extrovert. I don't think I'm an extrovert.
So we're
but-
saying we're all kind of introverts.
Yeah, I really dig being at home. And
I love my- I
love
like
being at
being with
home.
my family
Mhm.
Yes.
and
Yeah, if I'm not going to be at my
That's it.
house, I want to be at my mom and dad's house.
yeah.
That's really the only other place I want.
I don't want to like my husband is an extrovert. My husband is the person that will go to Lowe's and like randomly strike up a conversation
Oh, no.
with somebody else and like
Oh.
make friends with them. And I'm over here like, oh my god, I just want to go home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. That to me, that is an extrovert. My husband is the extrovert.
Yeah, but that's good for his work too, though.
Oh, it's
like
great.
It
He's-
works for him.
He's very social, and he is a good salesman.
Yeah.
and I think that is something that a lot of people are not.
See, my husband is not an extrovert at all. He is a mechanic and he likes to stay back in the shop and he doesn't want anybody coming back to talk to him.
Yeah,
So Thor is definitely an extrovert. Like he's loud,
I
boisterous.
can see that.
Can be friends with anybody, but he'll also let you know what he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
And he's real honest with everybody. So like, you don't really want to let him talk to strangers too much. Like, no, he's fantastic. Actually, he does all the talking to strangers in our relationship because he knows it just like stresses.
I'm the same way. Like if we have to like call somebody to arrange something, I'm like, nope, not doing it. Like Matt, you call whoever. I don't even know. Like you call someone to come do the grass, or you call somebody to have this warranty looked
See,
at.
that
or,
stuff I don't really have a problem with. I can do that.
I don't want to do any of that.
I'm getting better at that stuff because I usually have a very specific brand because I'm a planner. So I usually have like a very specific company I have researched and I'm like, I want this, like the water filtration system I have in my kitchen. I did all this research. I wanted this company to come and put this in. And so I took care of it on my own. But like, if it's just like, we need to call the credit card company for whatever, like, I'm just like, please don't make me call them. Please don't call them.
Matt does all that.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to talk to anybody that I don't know in general.
I totally agree.
It just depends on what it is. And I'll do it. But like I called and set up our tax appointment
Nope.
with, oh yeah.
Well, or
Nope.
Nope.
I'm not that
I don't make
interested
any
in
money.
doing
I'm not
anything.
doing that.
I I just do my taxes at home by myself, so I don't have to go anywhere.
Normally we do.
Yeah.
But this year we decided, well, let's just go have somebody do
Yeah.
them. And so I had to call and they're like, oh, yeah, come on in. So it was good. But
Yeah. Well, usually I will talk to the people until something goes wrong. And then I'm like, I can't do this
I don't want to
anymore.
do
I'm
anymore.
done. I'm done. You're going to have to go talk to them.
yeah.
And then he steps in. So that's good. He is like, so like he just shares his opinion. I remember when we were first dating, and I probably introduced him to my family pretty early on because I'm sure anyone who's listened to a single episode of this podcast picked up on the fact that like I have a close family.
Mm-hmm.
We already knew him too. I
did know. We were friends for a long time. So yeah, so I introduced him to my family pretty early, but I remember my uncle, who has passed away now, but he was my absolute favorite uncle. My Uncle Steve used to have these card games, like Texas Hold'em poker nights. And it's still like my favorite. Like sometimes I'll ask to do them on my birthday, even though Uncle Steve has passed on.
I've been to poker.
You have
Your
been?
parents' house, yeah.
We love our little poker nights. And we do like a $5 buy-in. It's just for fun, but like it's fun. But so we had a whole bunch of people at my uncle's house. And so it was the first time I introduced Thor to my family. I don't know why I chose like such a boisterous event, but I did. So whatever. So we show up, and I remember my sister had made brownies. And so Thor was like so excited about these brownies. It's his favorite dessert. He's got to meet all these new people. Like I threw him in too. Like he had to meet all these people. And like when I met his parents, like we just went to dinner with his parents. But I was like, come meet 20 people. It's gonna be fantastic. My sister had forgotten or like ran out of vegetable oil. And so she just substituted olive oil in her brownies.
No.
We were much younger back then, but she was 6 years older than me, so she knew better.
To be clear. Jesse.
She put olive oil in the brownies, and I'll never forget. Thor was like, I was kind of nervous. You know, Thor's 13 years older than me. I'm introducing him to my whole family. I was just a little nervous about how the night was going to go. And here comes Thor with his amazing personality. He's just like, these are trash brownies. Like, what have you done? You cannot put olive oil in brownie. You know, it was just like, and the whole family just immediately fell in love with him. It was like, oh, this guy's fantastic. And I was like,
Fits right in.
Yeah, so he's definitely an extrovert.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So we keep in touch with some friends on Facebook. We have smaller circles of friends. So how do we build connections then? Like, how do you guys build social connections as an adult? Because I feel like it's so much easier when we're in school and you're like in classes with people and like your circumstances are similar simply because you're the same age as them and in the same class, right? But as an adult, there's so many different things going on in our lives. How do we build those connections? And I'll say, like, I don't know how to do it and I'm real bad at it. So somebody please teach me.
I think I went years without making a lot of new friends. Like, you know, honestly, the last like new, like really good friend I made was you, Jordan, and that was in 2011, I think.
Yeah, a long time ago.
And that's because we sat next to each other and we're like figured out we were the same person. Like we were thrown into circumstances. Mm-hmm. And I think I have made other friends since then. Mainly my husband. Like my husband was in the fire service, and obviously when you are a fireman, like the guys you work with, your brothers, right? Like you're really close to them. And so there were other fire wives that I became somewhat friends with, and kind of did stuff with. But when I was working, like, you know, I hung out with people at work all day. And when I came home, I was done. Like there was no like building friendships after that, right? So I would see you at the office. Like I would, you know, and I had other folks that, other gals that I worked with that I became close with. But there was my social, like life was done when I came home for the day.
Yeah.
Now that I don't work anymore, I think I have built a lot of new friendships, which is something that was really needed for me. I joined the PTA, kind of had to step out of my comfort zone, and now I have a lot of mom friends, which is actually really nice because having other friends that are in the same stage of life as me is really, really helpful and something that I think I really needed. And until I got involved in this school, I just didn't have that. But it was definitely stepping out of my comfort zone to do it. Like, I think for the PTA, like when I knew I was not going back to work after I went back to work after maternity leave, and then was not going to work long term. I knew I'd put my notice in. I reached out to our school's PTA and I was like, hey, do you have any board positions available? And they were like, well, we have one that we don't have anyone signed up for yet. And like, we're getting ready to have elections. Would you be interested in? And I was like, sure, whatever it is. Like, it's cool. I'll sign up for it.
Wow,
like,
that's great.
Like,
That
went
is.
from like not being a PTA member to like being a board member. But I knew that I had the time, like, and I wanted to be involved. And I knew I had the skills, like, you know, because I was not going to be working anymore. I had the mental capacity to vote to vote to something else. So, anyways, I've made a lot of friends that way.
That's good.
It's been really good.
That is good. I feel like one of the things I struggle with making friends as an adult is because I'm such an introvert, I learned this from my dad. He would kind of put on this mask of extroversion to go to work because you just have to do it, right? Like you just got to do it. And so I put on this mask of extroversion at work. And I wouldn't say like, I mean, it's still my personality. I feel like I have kind of a bubbly personality anyway, but I am like almost faking it until I make it with a lot of people at work just because, you know, I'm just like, yes.
It takes everything.
It does.
It's like
everything.
It is your all that you
And
put
it's
into it all day
exhausting.
long. Yep.
So 2 things for that. One, I'm so exhausted when I get home lots of days, especially now, like when I do like these long in-day all day retreats. I will leave and just be exhausted. And be like, oh, I talked to so many people. Even though like I genuinely like almost everybody I work with, like it is still just exhausting to be like on stage all day, it feels like. And 2, because I am putting on that like mask of outgoingness, so excited to be here, yay us, I just assume everybody else is too. And so I feel like it's hard to make really close friendships because I don't know, like I just don't trust that it's genuine. You know what I mean? I'm like, we're here and we're being positive because we're at work, and then we're gonna leave, we're gonna live our own lives, and like work friendships are not real friendships.
Yeah.
So Amanda's probably the last really close friendship I made at work, and I don't really know why. I just decided you were my kind of people and just decided I wanted you in my life because, yeah, but I mean, it's hard. I don't typically do that with very many people.
No, I mean, the girls that I worked with before, I'm friends with. And you guys, it's like, I'm the type of person, like, I don't invite many people to my house.
I don't either. If you've come to my house, you're a real friend.
Exactly. That's really how I am. And it's just because I think it is that whole show that you put on when you're at work, because it's like, is this person really going to are they going to accept me for how I really am? Because like when I'm at home, it's just different. I mean, we have had these conversations and I'm about my kids and my husband. And if you don't like the way I talk, if you don't like the way I look, you know what? Tough shit.
Yep.
And because that's me. And so it's that I'm very guarded with that, with people that I let in on that part of it.
Yeah.
Because it is my family is very important to me, and my friends that I have that are that close are very important to me. So I'm not just going to let somebody like, oh, well, you guys are you going to have a pool party this summer? Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to let you come over.
Yeah, not for you.
Yeah.
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 Not for you,
Yeah.
Oh, you guys go floating? We should go. Oh, well, okay. That we'll think about that.
Yeah.
How about we go on the river? If you want to come, you come. That's just kind of how we've gotten. But no, it's hard. And you're with these people 8 to 10 hours a day. And so you feel like us, we got those friendships built, and we're at that place where there's others that I don't know about that one. And so it is very hard. It's hard for me to make friends though.
But also, if we work together and you want to have a real friendship, like just tell me, because I'm obviously really bad at it. Like I'm not good at reading the signals. I was never good at knowing if guys were flirting with me. I'm not good at knowing if people want to be real friends or if we're just work friends.
Right.
So like then just next time I see each one of you, just be like work friends.
Well,
or
I feel
we
like
could be real friends.
the
know.
team that I worked with before I quit my job, which included both of you and others, it legitimately felt like a family. Like it felt like, and I heard something the other day that was like, stop calling work a family but like
You spend the majority of your time.
you do, and
You spend
I
so much time.
I loved like I
We had a
cared
great team.
so much about the people I worked with. Like I loved them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wanted them to all succeed, and like not just you girls, but the rest of our team too. But like, I feel like our triumphs were all of our triumphs.
Yeah.
And when someone was having a bad day, it was like you legitimately felt so bad for them, and there wasn't any competition. Like I didn't feel the competition. Like it just felt like we were all very much a family. Like loved each other, and I think that's really rare.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we all got really lucky to have that.
We did. We had a great team.
And Jordan was our boss, our fearless.
I mean, got lucky,
leader.
or your boss crafted the best.
Of course,
team.
we had the best boss in the whole world.
We did, and it was just good. It was fun to come to work, and
Well,
everybody got along.
And
Right.
my boss was amazing. I mean, Ted
Yes,
was
Ted
also a
was-
really
Right.
important
Ted
part of
was
that and
great.
building that great culture. So,
Well, and I
mean,
said
it was
that
just a
too
good
when I
team.
came in as a new one. I was kind of like, oh my god, but he would come up and ask, "How's your day? What are you doing? What are you guys doing this weekend?" And it's just like you come into something like that in an executive level, and they want to know these things about you, and you're just like, wow,
Yeah, I will
this is really cool.
forever be grateful for that time in my career because it was for me about a 3-year period. I mean, I probably worked in that group longer than that, but those last 3 years of that group was just phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And truly talented, exceptional people who wanted to support each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was definitely like just one of those rare times when everybody is like in the perfect position.
Yeah.
And just
And
loving
everyone on
and
that
supporting each
team,
other.
real friend.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yes.
can tell that. I knew
Yes.
that bit.
Yeah.
Real friend.
Yes.
Right. Well, exactly. Not someone that you're there, like you're faking a friendship, or you're trying to
No, we
like
loved
put
everybody.
on niceties, but like people that you genuinely cared about.
Yes.
And I think that was something for me at least, like going from having that day to day, and then it was gone. Not that we weren't friends anymore, but not seeing everybody day to day. And I think about the time I left, everything changed anyway. So I think it probably felt the same for everybody.
Sure did.
Because the team was kind of pulled apart, but I had to fill that void.
Yeah.
And I think for a long time, my family filled that void. I had brothers that had wives, or I had sister-in-laws, and sister-in-laws had sisters that were kind of my family. But that over time is just kind of not, I wouldn't say fallen apart. Like I'm not friends with everybody anymore, but like Matt's sister, I love to death, but she's moved away. So she's not here anymore. So I don't see her, every week like I used to. And my other sister-in-law kind of has her own life. And so like my family that were my friends, like they've kind of moved away.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I am more social right now in this instance than I have been in years.
I do
that
too.
way.
And I have forced it because I told you guys this is going to be my year of social connection. So between doing this podcast,
Takes work.
Yeah. And just trying to be a little more open to friendships and going to happy hours. Like when people invite me to happy hour, I go, even though the introvert in me wants to be like, I'm going to go home and put on my pajamas. But I've been going and getting reconnected with theater. I mean, yeah, all of it. And it does take work. You have to really try at it. So I for sure put into Google how to make friends as an adult.
What did you find?
May not be the first time I've put that into Google. Okay, so I found the best site I found was actually the CDC, the Center for Disease Control.
Interesting.
So the CDC actually has some really cool stuff on their website. They do have some really informative pages. Fun fact, did you guys know that I think it was in 2011, they published a survival guide on how to survive a zombie apocalypse?
This is not real life.
This is real life.
The CDC
I
did?
disagree.
The CDC did.
And when was this again?
2011, I believe. Somebody can fact check me on that, but I think it was in 2011.
Is it still on their website?
Probably. Yes, I would say yes.
It's probably around the time like Walking Dead came out.
Wait,
It actually was because they wanted to get large groups of people thinking about if a real emergency hit. Now we have COVID, right? So now everybody kind of has their COVID.
We've done
plan.
it. Been
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
done that.
But in 2011, who would have thought that would be a thing? And so they thought, how do we get people thinking about emergency response and how to be prepared in your own home if an emergency came? Where would you go? What supplies would you need? How would you protect yourself?
This is where all these preppers and all this stuff came from.
This is this just feeds into like my husband's
probably
conspiracy theories.
the preppers probably did not specifically come from the CDC's zombie survival guide.
Yeah.
But it's fun. So if you haven't done it, it's like a fun family activity to go and look at the zombie survival guide and see like how would you respond. But I mean, there is something to having like a gallon of water in your basement just in case you get stuck in a tornado and like, you know, can't get out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's something to some of that stuff. So while I'm not maybe a prepper on Matt's level, my hubby definitely does take good care of us of like just having some like survival stuff in the basement so that if we did like get trapped under the rubble in the basement, like what would we do?
Right.
Well, I want to make it clear that we do not have a stockpile of groceries in our basement.
He would just like to.
He would like to, and if I would just really like a piece of land out in the middle of nowhere and not to have any neighbors. If I hear that one more time, like we are not moving. We are in our forever home, buddy. I'm sorry.
Well, and my mom kind of enables Thor's prepper tendencies because every year he puts some weird like portable shovel that folds up or like
that's just for burying dead
I
bodies.
don't know. There's weird like flint stick and like I don't know like multi-use tool that folds up into the size of a quarter. Like I don't know, all this weird stuff on there, and she's constantly buying it. And she bought him like a hiking backpack that he puts it all in.
So she's not just a shopaholic for the grandkids.
Oh no.
Sorry, KK, you got called out again.
Absolutely. No. She'll shop for anybody, for anything, for any charitable cause. Like if there's a reason to shop,
Hey,
she's in.
Hey,
gonna
Kathy.
get so mad at us
Kathy,
again.
I have a list on Ulster of items I would like.
What is that? Is that a PG website?
No,
What is that?
no, okay, so it's a website. This is like way off season, off topic. It is a website that I use for our family's Secret Santa this year, and you can type in everyone's email addresses, and then it like randomly assigns your Secret Santa, and all you know is who you're giving to, and then you can make a gift list. So it's kind of like Amazon, where you can make a gift list on Amazon, but everything on Amazon, or everything on your wish list on Amazon has to come from Amazon, right?
Right.
Elfster is something that you can use that you can put Amazon stuff on, but you can put from any other website also.
She might really like that.
Are there things you cannot buy on Amazon?
Oh yeah,
Jordan? What is this thing that's not
I will
Amazon?
just find a version I can get on Amazon and it'll be here tomorrow.
I mean, I'm just saying if you want, there are like certain like name brand things that you have to have the actual website. Anyways,
Okay.
we'll share it in our group.
Yeah,
it's a
that's
great
good.
it's
That's
a
a good-
great resource for
Okay.
making wish lists and Secret Santas.
The CDC says social connectedness influences our minds, bodies, and behaviors, all of which influence our health and life expectancy. Research shows that social connectedness can lead to longer life, better health, and improved well-being. People are by nature social creatures. That's true, Dad. The CDC says it. Social connections are important for our survival. Our relationships with our family, friends, coworkers, and community members can have a major impact on our health and well-being. When people are socially connected and have stable and supportive relationships, they are more likely to have better mental and physically healthy outcomes. They are also better able to cope with hard times, stress, anxiety, and depression. So it's important.
Okay, it's important. We just lost it on that one.
You're giving me nothing.
Yeah, it can be really hard.
But it's important. So
It's important.
here are the characteristics of social connectedness that the CDC gives. The number, variety, and types of relationships a person has, having meaningful and regular social exchanges, a sense of support from friends, family, and others in the community, a sense of belonging, having close bonds with others, feeling loved, cared for, valued, and appreciated by others, having more than just one person to turn to for support, and access to safe public areas to gather, such as parks and recreation centers. It also goes on to say the health benefits of social connectedness. People with stronger social bonds have 50% increased likelihood of survival than those with fewer social connections.
And that's where the zombie apocalypse comes
Well, in that case, you probably want fewer social connections, right?
Yes, I believe so.
So it says social connections can help prevent serious illness and outcomes like heart disease, stroke, dementia, depression, and anxiety.
I can see the dementia because it'll, kind of, if you've got the friendships and the connections. Yes, I can see that one.
Well, if you have the connections, you're probably a little more socially active. You're getting out there. So, yeah, I can definitely see it.
Yeah.
The anxiety? No, that would just send me through the roof.
It also says that more than 1 in 3 adults aged 45 and older feel lonely in the United States. Isn't that sad?
That is sad.
It is really sad.
You know who it is, though? It's people like us who don't make a lot of friends, a lot of sustaining friendships. And then as we get older, our friends die.
Yeah.
Our families die.
Yeah.
And we're left completely alone and lonely.
I'm like thinking of my mom who, growing up, she was friends with other parents that had kids our age. Mm-hmm. And she was friends out of, somewhat convenience, I would say. Like, they were in the same circles, kind of like I am with my, with friends. And then I feel like she got into a period where she worked. And so she was kind of like friends with people she worked with. And then now that she's, I don't know, how old is my mom? 70. I feel like she's actually reconnected with some of her friends from growing up, and they go to lunch. And
that's neat.
I'm thinking of one friend in particular, her friend Debbie, that helped her with the estate sale at my parents' house. But it was she had to get through the whole being busy, having kids, being a parent thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then her work life had to end, and she had to make space for it. And now she's reconnected with her childhood friend, and this friend in particular that she's now goes to lunch with every other week. Never got married or has kids. So they didn't have those things in common.
Right.
But now they're able to reconnect, and they spend a lot of time, I think, talking about people they went to Parkview with, and people they grew up with. And I don't know, they've been able to kind of reconnect, and they have a good time. But I don't know, we go through cycles, right? That's what stage of life we're in, of who our friends are.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's great that she has found that connection now.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. My mom is the exact opposite. She is the social butterfly. She makes friends everywhere she goes. She still has friends from every job she's ever she's got so many social connections. It's ridiculous.
How do you stay friends with people? That's my problem. It's not making friends. It's staying friends through their transitions.
I think it's just the act of wanting to, right?
So if we can just ask KK how she...
Well, she puts an effort into it. She was a school nurse at Nixa for several years, and she's still, the first Friday of every month, she plays bunco with those ladies. So it's all the math teachers, all these teachers from Nixa High School get together the first Friday of every month, and she plays bunco with them. And let me tell you, vacations are scheduled around bunco. There's no babysitting children on bunco night. No, bunco is sacred, and we do not mess with bunco night.
Mm-hmm.
My dad knows he can't be in the house. She hosts bunco in September every year 'cause they have 12 ladies in their group, and so each one hosts a different month.
Mm-hmm.
Mom's is, I think, September, but whatever month it is, he's not allowed in the house that night. Bunco is a big deal.
Yeah.
So I think it's a matter of trying, putting in the effort.
Right.
Which, Lauren, you and I, we've been friends for a really long time, but we've definitely gone through periods where one of us has been busy or the other one has.
Sure.
And we drop off and maybe don't talk to each other for a couple months or something. But one of us always turns around and reaches out.
Well, and I feel even from when we first met, we were very much in the same stage of life.
Yeah.
We were engaged, getting married, planning a wedding. And I think probably ever since I started having kids, which was not initially your plan, we probably went very different paths. That's just different. It's different from being
but it hasn't stopped us from having an incredibly close friendship. One of the closest, if not the closest friendship I have in my life.
Right.
And even if we go a little bit of time without seeing each other or talking to each other, somebody will reach out.
Yeah. And then it's like nothing.
And like no time passed.
At all. It helps that we're the same person still.
It does.
Interchangeable.
Yeah, interchangeable. Interchangeable
Names are
humans.
pretty similar. Voices apparently sound the same. Thanks,
Voices are the same. Yep.
Well, so I found this other article that was from goodrx.com, which is another like healthcare type place, mental health type place. And they gave 12 ways to make friends as an adult.
I need these. Tell me what these are.
Okay, I'll tell you. Number 1, book club.
Oh, God.
That is the first one.
Is it really?
This is why you were asking for a book club the other day.
No, I found this after. I still have not found a good book club, but I want one. I really do. I think it would be fun because I love to read and I love book
I'm telling you,
recommendations.
our school, one of our 3rd grade teachers is having one, and it's, what is the book? It's difficult to love, or difficult to parent, easy to love, or some shit.
Okay, well,
It was recommended.
That probably
for
wouldn't be
Helen.
good for Jordan right now.
I don't know. She might be parenting us right now.
okay, so book club is number 1. If you enjoy reading, find a book club. Number 2, sports leagues and workout classes.
Nope.
I don't think any of us are doing that. Although I will tell you, my brother, I think it was when he lived in Louisiana, he was a member of a kickball league. Yeah, an adult kickball league. Isn't that cool?
Well, that's a very Louisiana sounding thing.
I think he also, this would have been like, I think when he lived in Missouri. I don't really know. But he also did like an arm wrestling championship competition thing at some local bar. So like my brother's got it down.
I don't know if that's an actual like athletic activity. Sorry, Josh.
More than you've done, Laura.
I walked to. I pushed my kids in the wagon to school last week.
Won that tournament and like got invited to nationals in Vegas.
Oh my God.
This is real. This is
Okay,
real life.
well now I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, my brother is like the most interesting man in the world. Like we should make him come on this podcast sometime and just
We should.
share his interesting stuff. Okay, gaming groups. Oh, are you into social games like Magic the Gathering or Dungeons and Dragons?
Wonders of wait, not Wonders of Wildlife. World of Warcraft. I was thinking, wow, my brothers definitely had like the LAN parties in high school and played World of Warcraft, which is not the same thing as Wonders of Wildlife.
No.
But the same acronym.
Okay, well that one's obviously not for us either.
Wait, I will give a shout out though. So there is a board game cafe by my house. It's Village Meeple.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know about that. Why haven't we gone to play board games?
Well, I don't know. My husband and I all we play is like Clue or Mario Party on the Switch.
Also, I feel like if you guys told me we were gonna go play board games, I'd be like, I've got a whole closet upstairs.
Right.
Pick one
Yeah.
out.
Well,
yeah,
I'm
let's
not
just
going
pick one and do it at Jordan's house.
but I know we had a fundraiser night there, and it's behind Bricks and Minifigs, across from the mall.
Okay.
Over there, and it's called Village Meeple, and it's like a board. You just go play board games. They have tons of board
kinda
games.
neat.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I have not been in there. I did not go.
Not
the
gonna
fundraiser,
go.
but
But I like the concept.
I've heard.
yeah,
I've
other
heard
people.
Yeah.
really great things about the place.
You know what I would go do? I would totally go do like trivia night.
We are also going to have a trivia night coming up to benefit our 5th grade. So this is my PTA mom.
Well, I would probably go do trivia night with
At a
adults.
bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a 4x4.
I think the Alamo does trivia every week,
Uh-huh.
Yep.
but I don't have anyone to go. So you guys should go do trivia.
I would love to do trivia.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Thor is the best.
I bet he is.
Like he knows everything. He's
I
so
would-
smart.
Pick Thor to be on my team for trivia.
You wouldn't even have to like answer. You could just sit there and drink.
Yeah, I'd be
Which
good
I
with
think
that.
is the best way to
I know.
participate in
I
trivia night.
actually also know a lot of random
Random
shit that makes
shit,
no
yeah.
sense to know.
Well, I'll be the weak link on our team.
Okay,
But I'll buy the drinks. How about
Cool.
that? Okay.
Okay,
love
we're
it.
in.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Look, we're being social.
We are. Look at this.
Making friends and
We are.
connections.
With each other that we've already.
Okay, Okay, what? Keep going.
Okay, number
list.
4. Adult education classes.
Nope.
No.
I will say, because I did do my master's like way later in life, and I will say like I did make some good friendships, and now they're like Facebook friendships. Like they're not coming to my house, but you know, I like met some people that I liked in my master's program. But like I remember, like my mom took a class, I think through OTC probably, to learn how to use her camera. She has like one of those fancy Nikon cameras, and she took like an adult education class to learn how to use her camera and all the settings, and now she can take like
Professional
really
pictures.
good pictures.
But did she stay friends with the people that she took the class with?
Well, it was my mom, so probably.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's the reason she was doing it. She was definitely doing it because she wanted to use her fancy camera. But I would love to take, you know what I would love to do? I would love to learn American Sign Language. Don't know it at all. Don't know any of it. I know I know the
more.
baby sign.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
say
trying to
we
teach
did the
Goldie right now.
we did the
more.
baby with Jacob. It was awesome.
I don't understand how babies learn that shit. Like
I don't know.
they come home from daycare knowing that shit.
Yeah.
Helen and Abe both
impressive.
like knew how to do more. And Abe still, he's 3 and he still does please and like,
Yes.
rubs his belly.
Yep.
I'm like, you don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
you can say
You
it.
can say it.
But
That's sweet, though.
yeah. But if I can get Goldie, we're working.
No, I
hard.
would love to be like an interpreter, like to actually be able to speak sign language.
Yeah.
And then you would have friends that you could only speak
Yeah,
to in sign language.
maybe. Yeah, I mean, I could like, yeah, you know, you could like talk about people in front of them. At that point.
Yes. Accurate.
Lauren's getting more interested in
Yeah.
the concept.
Tell me more. Okay.
Okay, adult education is not our thing. We're moving on. What was my thing? These two losers.
I just heard education and I was like, nope.
Oh, this is a weird one. Okay, number 5 is friendship apps.
Like Tinder for friends?
I think so.
Okay,
Although this example is not accurate. Okay, it says some people enjoy using platonic friendship apps to meet new people. This can be a less intimidating way to connect with others. Popular examples include Bumble BFF. Never heard of it, but I assume it's like the Bumble dating app, but for friends. And Nextdoor, which I also feel like ends up with a bunch of hookups, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Bumble BFF.
Yeah.
And Nextdoor, which I have an issue with. I believe Nextdoor is the app that you like connect with all your neighbors in,
Right.
which I did.
Yeah. I
And
did too.
it was miserable. Those people
Yeah.
are miserable humans, and I don't want to be friends with them.
Next door
Yeah.
is so depressing.
Like, they're always bitching about who's parking in the front yard or who
That's-
didn't mow
yeah,
the lawn. or
That's
who
like
didn't
on the
bring in
Facebook,
trash can.
you know, the neighborhood pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I swear to God, if I see one more, oh, somebody lost their dog. I think they pull over and find a dog that's standing on the side of the road
In their own yard.
in their own freaking yard and take a picture. I'm like, Jesus Christ, leave the dog alone.
I swear to you, the only thing I learned from Nextdoor is I hate my neighbors. They're not good people. They complain about everything, and I'm not interested.
I feel like Nextdoor is way more negative than the Facebook group for my neighborhood, at least. Like the Facebook group for our neighborhood is like it's fine, but Nextdoor you see like your Brentwood neighbors and they're all like just bitchy.
No.
They are. Yeah, mine are too. And it's sad. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say friendship apps was a fail for us.
I will say my sister-in-law that moved here from London or England, outskirts of London, moved to Warrensburg. And before Warrensburg, she was when they moved here, they were supposed to move to Minot, North Dakota. My brother ended up getting transferred. But anyways, she got on a bunch of apps and found friends in Minot back before they moved here, like in the couple of years leading up, so that she could meet people, other military wives that had young kids. And she did. She met several people on these apps. And then I think they became like Facebook friends and stuff before she moved here, so that she wasn't like just her. Like, hi, I'm here.
That's a good use of
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm just so skeptical of those apps like that because, you know, the dating apps, not that I've ever used one, but you just hear such horror stories about them. It's like terrifying.
You also hear a lot of good stories, though. I mean, a lot of people. I've never used a dating app either. Thankfully, I was kind of before all of that, like right
Yes.
before. But I mean, I know a lot of people that met their significant others on dating apps.
Yeah.
And it worked out very well.
Yeah.
I've also heard some horror stories.
Yeah.
But
And so it's like that. My mind just goes to, well, if it's not like a dating app, it's finding a friend. What kind of psycho are you going to find on a
Right.
friend
well,
app?
I think for either one, you just have to have some common sense.
Yeah.
And
But-
like be safe.
Colton and Freya met on, I think, Tinder.
There you go. I have family members who have met on dating apps and got
Yeah.
married and are happily married.
Great.
And several friends. But I think
But you
that,
also listen to a lot of true crime. But
Yeah.
somehow meeting
That's
your killer
Well, you know,
Yeah.
on Tinder. So
Yeah.
first date should not be like in your home
Yeah.
or, you know, like don't get in a car
Let's
with
be
them
smart
and
about
meet
it.
somewhere
Yeah.
in a public space. And, you know, like you get to know somebody before you do anything weird with them, right? Like,
right.
Yeah.
okay, so we're deciding. Yeah, we are saying no.
No to the apps.
We hate the apps. Okay. Next is parenting groups, which I do feel like we've talked about a little bit. If you have children, it may be easiest for you to connect with other parents. PTA, Facebook groups, those are kind of the examples they give.
Kids sports teams.
Sports team.
Yeah,
Yes.
for
I was gonna
sure.
say, I met some through the kids' sports stuff. I've made some friends with the softball moms and stuff.
Yeah. And I
So-
feel like Facebook groups in general, like I'm part of this old house Facebook group that talks about like, you know.
Wait, I'm in that group too.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Well, so I wouldn't say I'm friends with these people, but like there are people that post that I'm like, oh, I want to see how that floor turned out. Or, you know, like,
Yeah.
they post like their home renovation stuff. And I'm always like, oh, I could actually do that. Because my house is also like 90 years old. And so I'm always just trying to figure out like, how do you take care of an aging house? But like I have like the original antique doorknobs and don't want to, like, how do I preserve them?
Right.
And like
Mm-hmm.
preserve the history of this home, right? So, I mean, there's people in those groups, but I wouldn't say those are true friendships.
No.
I'm in Fiesta groups like that. And I will say that some of the people in those groups, they meet like outside of Facebook.
Oh.
And there's a club for Fiesta that I'm not a member of. But if anyone wants a good gift idea, I'd love to have a yearly membership, an annual membership. But yeah, there's like and actually the convention a couple years ago was here in Springfield.
Holy hell, there's a convention.
Yeah, they have a yearly convention.
For Fiesta wear? Oh my.
And there's a club. No, wait. When you said a club for Fiesta, I was thinking like, you know, like you pay your $50 a month and you get a new piece of Fiesta wear every month. No, this is like a social club.
Both. So they do have, like at the convention, they have a convention specific design that you get. Like I have several pieces that have like clematis, which is a type of flower on them, that were like a convention specific design that I won. I did not go to the convention. I won them in something separate. But yeah,
Do you get concerned about the lead?
no, that's not a real thing.
There's no lead paint in the Fiesta. I don't know if I believe that.
Okay, there is lead.
Okay, so it is a real thing.
In-
Just so we're clear.
And no, I don't know if is it lead. So they call it radioactive red, and
That's a freaking problem.
the old red Fiesta ware, just the color red glaze. There's Fiesta ware that is vintage, and then there's Fiesta ware that's P86, which means post 86. So I want to say they stopped making it like in the 70s, and then they started making Fiesta ware again in 1986. So the vintage red, not P86 red, does have some type of radioactivity to it. Like if you measure it, but I think the levels are low enough that they actually are not supposed to even be unsafe. But people do say not to eat off of it. That's like the rumors, are not to eat off of it. I don't collect vintage. I only collect P86.
Why do you only collect P86?
Because I feel like you have to focus on one or the other.
Okay.
There's a lot of the colors are repeats. Like there's vintage yellow and there's P86 yellow, and it's like basically the same. Cobalt's the same way, which is blue. The vintage pieces are just a little different. I do have some vintage pieces, but I just focus on trying to get a place setting of every color that's P86. There's like 50 colors.
Everything about that stresses me out, just so we know. I really want my dishes to all be the same color. I want them to match.
Oh no, the fun part is having, because then like Collier can say I want a blue plate, and
I was
Helen
going to say,
can want
do
a
you
pink
guys
plate,
actually
and
use all your
And
Fiesta
they
ware?
can fight over what colors they want. And
I don't see the point in collecting dishes that you
don't use. Yeah.
Yeah, we use it. It's on my hutch in my dining room, and when like for holidays, we might do all the reds and greens or something, but for Christmas, but yeah, the kids get to pick like whatever plate they want for the day, and there's
that's
every
neat.
color that I have.
You're still stressing out about it though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I want everything to match. I don't even like coffee mugs. I had to tell my mom to stop buying us coffee mugs for Christmas because she used to put coffee mugs in our stockings. I had to be like, stop doing that. I throw them away. Because I need all of my coffee mugs to match.
Oh my God, don't come to my
I don't really throw them away. I put
Where's
them in
the fun in
donation bag.
that?
What do you mean the fun in
Wait,
it
you registered for a Fiesta at your wedding.
I
You
did.
got purple and red,
I did.
Ooh.
They're in that
scarlet
box.
and plum.
They're in that box over there because, okay,
Take them
so
with me. When
I
I go.
did.
I'll give those Fiesta plates a good home.
I
damn
had
it.
the scarlet and plum, and I had them, and it stressed me out because every time I put away dishes, I had to make sure it was like red, purple, purple. And then I was just like, I don't like this anymore. Like, I need them to match. So now I have the false graph Chateau line, and it all matches, and it's got this cute little scalloped edge around the edge of the plates, and they're all the same cream color. And the fun in it is looking at it saying, oh, that looks so organized and pretty. That's aesthetically pleasing because it's all the same and organized and clean and
There
nice.
she goes with her organization and
But I look at my hutch, and all
the colors.
all of my warm color Fiesta plates are in a stack, and all of my cool colors are in a stack, because the stack would be too big to have them all in one stack. It wouldn't fit on my shelf. So I have the warm colors and the cool colors, and they're so pretty together.
That is like a very organized way to do that.
That is. That's even. That,
Yeah. What do your dishes look like, Amanda?
I have Corel
Okay.
because when the kids were little, I was afraid that all my stuff would get broken.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got Corel. But I also, my mother-in-law got me when I decided I wanted big girl plates. We went to Bed Bath and Beyond, and I picked. I can't remember the brand of it, but they're like. They're the big, heavy, like stoneware. They're like bluish and teal. They go like blue to teal to white. They're very like beachy colors,
Oh, pretty.
and I love them. I use them. They're so heavy though. So
Okay, so Lauren, are you ever going to go to a Fiesta convention and make some friends there?
Oh my God, I was so mad when I found out it was in Springfield, and I wasn't going. I think that I was working at the time. Like, I couldn't even take off work.
damn it.
It was
Damn
like,
the job.
'cause I
Your
felt-
boss totally would have let you take off work.
but it was like Monday, and the convention was like Tuesday, Wednesday when I found out that it was like in Springfield at University Plaza.
You totally should have said
But I want to say it was like in Phoenix or something this year, or Vegas, or I don't know. It moves around every year. And I'm not in the club. I don't pay my dues, which are not that much, but
I love that there's a
There's a
Fiesta
club. Yeah.
yeah, it's like Homer Laughlin. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it's a whole thing.
Okay. Okay, number 7 on this list says senior centers, which
Nope.
None of us need that.
Nope.
they don't have that. But why don't they have like Gen X centers or millennial centers?
Because
You know
no
what I
one
mean?
would fucking go.
Because
We wouldn't show up. That's that board game lounge.
That's
that no
called
one goes to.
Facebook. TikTok, apparently.
yes,
Number 8 is churches or spiritual groups, which is good.
that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Volunteering.
Yes. I would say that I have met definitely acquaintances through volunteering. Like, I used to volunteer at Lost and Found and in the grief groups, and the other coordinators and the therapists that were with us that on the whatever group I was assigned to, because you did it like was it every week or like every other week? I can't remember. I think it was every other week, but it was the same people month after month. And yeah, I still talk to some of them.
Yeah, I definitely feel like, I mean, I've done some stuff with the United Way, and I definitely know all of those staff members, and I've gotten to know them. And we used to go, when I was in high school, we did like a mission trip to Mexico. Like, the church did it every year, I think, or every other year. And I didn't go every year, obviously, but I went like maybe 4. I went several times, enough to get to know the translator that we worked with. We worked with the same translator every time. And her name's Fabiola. And she's wonderful. And she and I are Facebook friends still to this day, even though that was like literally
I love that.
so long ago.
Yeah, almost 20
Almost
years.
20
Almost
years.
20 years at this point. Yeah. Sad.
We
But
established.
yeah, I've like watched her 2 little girls grow up on Facebook, and she and I will like true Facebook friends too. Like we'll comment on each other's posts and like interact with each other, not just like Facebook stalk.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Love that.
I know, I do too.
That's
So
really
yeah, so
cool.
volunteering can be good.
That's good.
Although I find it really hard to find time to volunteer too.
Yeah, I quit when I went back for my master's, and obviously never finished my master's, and also never went back to volunteer.
Hard to find time, but everyone should. It's a worthwhile, and there's so many causes out there. Oh, number 10, work friends.
Yay, we got that one.
Yeah, but I feel like we're more than work friends.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. We hang out. Well, I don't even work with you guys anymore. I work at the same place. I don't work.
We've still kept you.
Yeah.
There are definitely people that like I don't hang out with outside of work, but love to see
Yes.
at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, number 11, tapping into your current social networks. Oh, meet your friends' friends is what it says. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm so different from all my friends. Like, I don't want to meet your PTA friends, Lauren.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're
No.
lovely people, but
I-
I don't have kids.
Right. I get that. I don't know. I think it depends on the friends. Like the friends.
Yeah.
Friend. I mean,
Yeah.
there's definitely people that I have become friends with through other friends.
Although, is Robin a PTA friend?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I would meet Robin. She's fabulous.
They really like the cups, Robin.
I love my cup, Robin.
I love my cup.
I also love that you helped take care of Lauren when she was super hungover from her 3 beers.
Yes.
That's
her and
fantastic.
Brandy. They are very, 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 very sweet. So, yes. Good people.
Okay, and number 12 is kind of a cop-out, and we've already talked about it, social media.
Yeah.
So I would say this list was not that helpful. I also linked to it in our resources, but I would
not
say
helpful.
we decided we're not doing any of this shit. That's what I came away from. It's like, no.
It was good ideas, though.
Good ideas.
yeah.
Somebody else. Somebody more social than us.
Yes.
If you're an introvert, then just face it. You're not going to make any friends.
No.
You're not going to make any new
You're going to be that
And we're-
1 in 3 adults who's really
It was
lonely.
lonely after 45.
After 45.
Yeah.
We have another decade. It's okay.
I don't.
Yeah, we the clock is ticking
Yeah.
too. Also, we do not have a whole nother decade. I don't know.
It is not a decade.
You're rounding down.
I didn't want to do the math. Like 7 years. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Hopefully, you guys out there listening to this can give us ideas or tell us what has worked for you to make social connections.
Yeah. How have you made friends
Yeah, how do you make
as an adult?
and how do you maintain those friendships?
I was
Right.
going to say, how do you make and then maintain those friendships?
I really do feel like it comes down to just wanting to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's time. I mean, it's the commitment because it's so easy to just be like to just let things die out. I feel like. What's that sound?
The Hot Mess Express rolling into the station.
Oh, ladies, this is a good one.
I love everything about this.
Wow. I really have no words. Couple desperate for baby having sex the wrong way, and the wife is still a virgin.
I know.
What?
Okay, today's Hot Mess Express story was published by Ellie Fry in The Mirror, which is a UK-based website, in December of 2023. So this was not that long ago.
This is a pretty new story.
I love everything about this story, not only because it is freaking hilarious, but also because I think it just shows like how desperately we need more sex education.
Oh my God. The headline reads, couple desperate for baby having sex wrong way for 4 years and wife is still a virgin. A married couple desperate for a baby have been told they've been having sex the wrong way for 4 years, which is why they've failed to conceive. The pair, who have not been named but are aged 26 and 24, sought out professional advice after having no joy getting pregnant despite having intercourse regularly. Alarm bells rang when medics discovered the wife was a virgin. She then admitted that sex was unusually painful for her every time. Obstetrician Lu Hongmai said The couple were very young. The man was 26 and the woman was 24. They were very healthy, but despite being married for 4 years, couldn't conceive. Their family was giving them a lot of stress because of it, she added. While asking the wife's medical history during the visit, Lou was told told the couple had sex regularly. According to China's Jiyang Evening Post, I'm sorry, I probably totally butchered that. Lou's experience led her to inspect the woman's anus. It was then that the medic is said to have learned the couple had been mistakenly having anal sex for 4 years, resulting in their failure to conceive. Dr. Liu reportedly handed the couple each a sex education handbook. She gave them guidelines before they were sent home. The advice appeared to work as news of the wife's pregnancy arrived just a few months later. They reportedly informed the now retired doctor that they were finally expecting by sending 100 eggs and a live hen as gifts to her former hospital.
What?
So it looks like their thank you gift was eggs and a chicken.
To a hospital?
To the hospital.
What the fuck's the hospital going to do with the chicken?
Well, I think it's just a culturally
Yeah.
appropriate thing. It's in China.
So it says
But
Dr.
let me ask again,
Yeah.
what the fuck is the hospital going to do
with
them?
100 eggs and chicken? I don't
I don't know, but I think we're getting dangerously close to being racist.
My Lord. 4 years of marriage, and neither the husband nor the wife knew how to get pregnant. Couples so lacking in general knowledge are very rare, she added, but it is not uncommon for people to lack or have misconceptions regarding sexual knowledge.
That's not how anything works.
I love everything about this story.
I just have so many questions.
I think they should have had more questions.
They should have, yeah.
So,
There's so much wrong with it.
sex education's good,
Sex
guys.
education is so important, and I'm sure in China there's even less than
Right.
because they're a much more conservative culture.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's even less than what we have in the United States. But oh my god, I mean, this is troubling.
It's really sad, is what it is.
Did you guys have any type of sex education, or did your parents ever sit down and give you like the birds and the bees talk?
No, I never had the birds and the bees talk, but we had classes.
Yeah, we had it in school.
You know, they had the boys go to one room and the girls go to the other way.
Right.
And Jacob literally just had these classes done.
I think they do it in like sixth grade or something.
Yeah, I think 5th or 6th grade.
And then you also have, like, at least we also had health. Like
Yes,
in
they have to
junior
take
high or
health.
high school or
Yep,
something.
yep.
You learn about STDs and.
Okay, here's another fun story for you. My mom was the school nurse, which meant that she gave all the STD talks. Essentially, because like our health coach was like, I don't think in any way, like he was like a football coach. I don't think
football
he was in
coach.
any way credentialed to
Right.
be like a health coach.
Yeah.
So he for sure leaned on my mom for like anything sex related. He was like, this seems like a Kathy problem. And so I can remember being very young, like 4th grade, and seeing her like high school STD PowerPoint slides or whatever. You know what I mean? And like, so I'm sure I saw like a terrifying looking like gonorrhea penis long before I ever saw any sort of healthy looking penis. But, you know, I mean, mom was a nurse, and it was just very matter of fact and very like, this is what happens.
Right.
This is what happens if you don't use protection.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it was just very
And
matter of
this is
fact.
how babies are made.
Oh, yeah. She had no
mean,
problem answering questions.
They're
like
not
that.
birthed out
They're
the
not
butt.
birthed out the butt. You don't get them up the pooper. It's just not happening.
I do remember her having slides that showed like the human anatomy and like the holes and like where things went. Like, I don't know. This is extra rough, but you know, no matter how big of a hot mess you were this week,
Yeah.
you probably know how babies are made. So you have that going for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lauren.
I should have read this one beforehand.
Okay, we're going to post a
Oh,
link
God.
to it in the Facebook group.
Yes, so everyone else can enjoy this.
Please send us stories that are better than this. I don't know if you can top it.
I don't know.
hotmessroundtable@gmail.com, or you can always post stories in the Facebook group.
page.
That's always welcome too. Let us know what other social media we should be on. We've got a TikTok out there. I made a Pinterest board for us.
What are we going to do
Okay.
with Pinterest?
Well, I thought we could post all of our product recommendations on it,
That's a really good idea.
but it requires a lot of upkeep. So, work in progress.
Yeah. Facebook and email, and let us know how we're doing.
I love it when people email us their hot mess stories.
Yes.
Please do
And-
that. Rate and review.
If you send us your hot mess story, let us know if we can read it on the air.
Yes.
Yeah, for
or
sure.
if you want to come on the air
you
and
wanna come
share
in-
your hot mess story
Yep.
with us, you can either come to the studio, which is for sure my basement, or we can call in. There's like this button on the soundboard that allows you to do phone stuff. So you can call in and tell us your hot mess story.
That'd be good.
We can take call-ins.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
Yeah, and also send us some drink ideas.
Yes. Send us drink ideas.
Yeah.
Tell us what to make.
Tell us what to drink. We will make them. We'll let you know what we think of them and post
Honest
the recipes.
reviews.
Yes.
And join us next week where we're going to have our very good real friend, Susan, join us and talk all about pet parents and what it means to be a pet parent.
Our first guest.
Our very first guest.
Yes. It's gonna
Can't
be
wait.
awesome.
We love Susan.
Okay, guys. Everybody have a great week.
Have a
Thank
great week.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.